Hello everyone, this is Cesen, and welcome to another episode of Display Calibrations. And as I promised a while ago, once it got updated, I was going to update the color calibration settings for the Sony XPR900E in Cinema Pro mode for a dark room environment, and how it can be used in game mode for just a few simple changes and still enjoy plenty the results. One thing to say about what you are going to learn, guys, is that we are used to seeing way too many oversaturated colors and uncalibrated displays with too much brightness in them. And because of that, it makes us believe that what we are seeing is the best way to enjoy a movie or a high quality TV show series. So, in spite of saying this, when you set the calibration settings in your TV that I am recommending for the Sony XPR90E, you will think that they look a little washed out or too dim. Let me ask you this. Have you guys ever thought about as to why you go to see a movie in the theaters and enjoy it a lot, and then you decide to buy it when it's released as a Blu-ray, and when you pop it in and play it, you start thinking, why does it not feel the same as before? Well, most of the reason is because the color calibrations is way off and it does not make the same effect as to when you saw it in the movies. And by adjusting it to the correct way and letting your eyes get used to the more dim screen and correct colors, it will impress more, since the light effects and dim screen to bright changes are going to give a more impression of what the cinematographer intended. Hope you guys understand a little of this while I show you the settings. So let's get started. First, I'm going to go to picture adjustments and choose Cinema Pro mode. And when you guys go to out of picture mode, leave it off. On brightness, drop it to 10. Colors, drop it to 48. Light sensor, turn it off. On the advanced settings, like I said, on brightness on 10. Contrast, put it on 88. Gamma, leave it at 0. Black level at 50. Black adjust, advanced contrast enhancer, leave it in off. Auto local dimming, medium, and extended dynamic range, you either leave it off or low, or you can go to medium. Or mostly leave it off on low for movies. If it's an HDR movie, it'll crank it up to the maximum or whatever settings you chose. On colors, like I said, to 48. Color temperature, which is the most important, most important settings for you to be able to calibrate the TV correctly, is on this TV is to have it on expert 1. And then on live color, leave it off. If you turn it on, it'll give kind of like a green tint hue. On advanced color temperature, you guys are gonna go to the red gain, green gain, and then red bias, green bias. On red gain, you're gonna leave it at max. On green gain, you're gonna put it on -1. Blue gain, -3. On red bias, +3, and green bias and blue bias on 0. On the on the 10 color gamma adjustment points, on number 1, guys, you're gonna leave the red offset on +2, green offset 0, and blue offset on -3. On number 2 point, you're gonna put it on red +2, green -1, blue 0. On 3, you're gonna put red +1, green and blue offset on 0. On 4, you're gonna put on red +2, green -1, blue 0. On 5, red +1, green -1, blue 0. On 6, red offset +2, green -1, blue 0. On 7, red +2, green -1, blue 0. On 8, red +2, green -2, and blue 0. On 9, you're gonna put red +3, green -3, blue 0. And on 10, red offset 0, green offset 0, and blue offset -1. Okay guys, that's the way to correctly calibrate this TV on Cinema Pro mode. On clarity, I put sharpness on 54, reality creation and manual. Resolution, I left it at 20 to master it in 4K if it's a Blu-ray. If it's an ultra high def, you won't get this option. Random noise reduction, digital noise, and low smooth gradation, I put it in auto, and smooth gradation on low. You can leave it off if you want, but as a movie, it's not really going to make a changes. It's just going to improve the clarity of and the stuttering of moving. Same as in motion. In motion, you put it on True Cinema, and on Cinemotion, either on off or low. And video option, just leave everything on auto. Now, for those that wants to do these settings on game mode, which I do recommend, once you go back to game mode, you're gonna raise from brightness from 10, you're gonna raise it all the way to 30. Some of you can go to 40 if you want. You're just gonna raise more of the brightness, so you guys can go to 40 if you want, 40 or 41. But colors from 48, you raise it to 53. Why? Because on games, you want the colors to pop. That's the point of graphics, and to enjoy the colors. But at the same time, it just saturates more the colors, but it doesn't go away from the correct color settings. So you're still gonna have accurate color accuracy. Then on contrast and everything else, you guys leave it alone. If the game is HDR, it'll raise auto local dimming, extended dynamic range, and brightness to the maximum. If not, then put auto local dimming and extended dynamic range, put it on medium. It'll be very good for games. On color temperature, since it's a game, you guys can drop it to warm, which is gonna be good because on games it doesn't matter. It's computer so based, so the temperature is gonna be a little more cool. But if you leave it on expert 1, it's still gonna look amazing, guys, and it's gonna pop more the rays and brightness of colors. Everything else, clarity and sharpness, I put it on 53 or 54, but everything else, leave it off except video options that you leave it on auto. I hope you guys enjoy, and if you have any questions, just, ask.